What does Tirisgard sound even mean?
I think it's a band, maybe a cover band.
I think it's a band, yeah. Welcome to the new, kind of this is going to be a quick one because this zone's really unfinished. I'm surprised they released this one. Tirisgard Sound, which is the Alliance capital.
Well, Boralus
Boralus
is the capital city, and it's in Tirisgard Sound.
Yeah, Tirisgard Sound is a zone.
Well, Tirisgard Sound's the zone, but we've only really got access to the main central area, which is Boralus. That's the capital city of the Kulturas. But anyway, it's basically a dock.
Okay.
And we arrive at the dock, and the first question we get is, look, we're not getting our deliveries from the dock. You know, there's food, there's supplies, everything, and they're not happening. So what's going on? Can you go and investigate? So you go in there, and I'm treading on eggshells now because I don't want to give too much away, but obviously, one of the first dock workers that you see, he's working, but he's got one of those mind octopuses on his head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it picks up from there. You investigate why that's happened to literally everyone in the dock. You search through the food, you find like parasites in the food. Something, yes, exactly, slugs. So something's infiltrated the dock and basically controlled the entire like workforce of it. As you progress further through it, you obviously get to the core of what's happening, and you find out just on the outskirts of the dock underwater. So there is quite a lot of the underwater missions here, like what was the zone called in the underwater zone? Vashir, kind of like Vashir. Yeah, you get your speed while swimming. You can walk on the base at an increased rate with no breathing.
So you're actually doing underwater stuff.
We are doing
everyone
underwater
just
stuff,
got pissed off.
To be honest, it's not that overbearing. I mean, I finished it in half of an afternoon, maybe.
Yeah,
an hour and
it seems very unfinished, this song. Yeah, and they have released it saying, look, this is not quite done yet. It's an unfinished state. There's sparse NPCs. There's a lot of terrain issues. Yep. So this isn't the entire overview of Tirisgard Sound by any means.
It's what we've got available in this installment.
Yeah, what do you think of Boralus?
Well, that's it though. The area itself is very cool. It's a pirate town. There's a dock. There's loads of cool little things that they've added for like flavour. Like you've got workers that are prisoners from the prison, and they're chained up while scrubbing the floors on the actual docks themselves.
This is the pirate thing, and this is also the Proudmoore house.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. No mention in the quest that you did of the Proudmoore.
Not that's available yet. There's two central quest hubs. This one was the first one to investigate the docks. But there's little things like in the middle of the dock, like obviously it's shaped like a horseshoe kind of entrance, but there's little platforms where there's like loads of walruses congregated on, and there's like seagulls on the perches, and they keep diving into the water and diving out with food. And there's actually seagulls that dive into the water for fish as well. I noticed.
Yeah, there's some stuff like that
That's
going on
very
in
cool.
Zuldazar, which is also equally as good.
There is another quest hub, which is to join the Roughnecks.
Who are the Roughnecks?
The Roughnecks.
Rico's Roughnecks.
Radjack's, mate.
Radjack's Roughnecks.
But no, the Roughnecks, they're basically, there's a guy in town who, obviously it's a side quest, it's like, well, maybe you could help out the Roughnecks. So you go and help them. They're kind of like lumberjacks, like live in the wilds, they've got their own huts, they're big dudes.
Yeah.
But what's really cool is the leader is a Wildhammer dwarf?
Okay.
With like the blue markings on his face and stuff. So you meet him, you help him. All the Roughnecks have gone missing. Where are they? Kind of the same thing, but this one's in the mountains. It's got snow. It's a beautiful atmosphere. So this is where we've not seen the yetis for a long time. Like I'm talking vanilla yetis. They're there, and there's loads of penguins around, and you find out what's happened to the rest of the Roughnecks, which obviously leads to a boss. But that then just suddenly stops.
Yeah, okay.
So maybe, I don't know if that's the end of that quest chain, or if, you know, that's all they've got to give.
Yeah, there's a couple of things like
story side, like a side plot. But yeah, from going from the actual docks into another area of the mountains, which is snow. We've seen snow before already in BFA, but it's a different kind of atmospheric look about it than the other mountains that we've seen. Like last time I think we saw it was ruins, it was stone golems. This one it's like glaciers, it's yetis, it's penguins, so it's just more Arctic than like old.
Much more humanoid area.
Exactly, yeah.
Much more humanoid.
But
feel.
both of the quest hubs. I mean, even for the Roughnecks, there was so many different quest style mechanics that are in such a short story that we've currently got access to. It was really good. Like let me tell you one of them is to get honey from bees.
Okay.
For food. In fact, that's one of your trials to join the Roughnecks. Go and get the honey, but they don't tell you there's loads of sleeping bears around. The second you get the honey, you get a debuff that attracts bears, which is very cool. So they all wake up and charge
it's like
at
a menstruation.
Oh, Woody the Pooh.
That's all I could think of when
I was thinking Woody the Pooh, but okay.
No, it's menstruation.
But, yeah, it's really cool. I absolutely love Boralus. It's nice, man. I like the fact that, I mean, The two zones now that we've seen in the Alliance, they're both very dark and gothic in terms of the quest that they're presented. There's no
Drustvar was extremely dark.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm excited to see the finished zone. It was really nice.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so this is the first zone the Alliance will be doing.
Is it the first?
Yeah, because Boralus is where the Alliance scenario ends. It's where you arrive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this will... Because the zones that we've already done, which were Drustvar and I forget the Nazmir, those are actually the second zones, it appears, although it does kind of... I don't know if you got this in your zone, but in ours we actually had a mission map which could go... You know, like in Legion, you get a choice of whether you want to go to Stormheim or whatever, you get them yellow... icons from a map, and you can pick where the starting quest to go to that zone. I actually had that for the Horde side.
I don't remember getting that.
Well, like I say, your zone's more unfinished than the Horde one, so look forward to seeing what else is in there. But that looks like a very cool zone. I was just looking at some pictures of the stuff you took right there, and it's so different. And I think that's the big point here. The zones so far, and I've been asking for this since Legion, because I said, and Mr. Pandaria actually, is the zones being too samey, and this time they're very different, even if they're similar themed. So looking good there. Terrace Guard sound though, what does it even mean?